But who I don't see is on. So when I leave out, I'm gonna call them too.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. I'd like to call the meeting of the Wayne County Zoological Authority to order. Madam Clerk, roll call.
Asad Turfy.
Present.
Terry Marecki.
Here.
David Katz.
Present.
Mario Morrow.
Present.
Chair Bell.
Here.
You have a quorum present.
All right, we have all 5 members. Awesome. Next item, please.
Approval of the minutes from the December 10th, 2024 meeting.
It's been moved and supported to approve the minutes from the December 10th meeting. Any discussion on the minutes or corrections? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. At this point, I'm going to go down to item number 5.
Okay, unfinished business, there is none listed. We are moving to item number 5 up under new business, approval of a resolution and levy and collection of the millage and the 2025 tax rate request form.
Okay, and that is back there. Scott, hello. If you could come up for a moment, Scott, just to talk about the levy and the collection for the zoo. Oh, good.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning.
Scott Vandenbergel, Assessment Equalization Director. What you have in front of you is the resolution and the tax rate request for the annual levy for the millage
Mhm.
that supports the operations of the Zoological Authority. The millage is very slightly reduced from last year per the Headley Amendment, per our requirements. But it stands at 0.0982, 4 decimal places out. And that would be against the taxable value of the entire county as a whole relative to the Wayne County Zoological Authority.
Okay, it says a little bit less. What was it last year? Do you happen to have that with you?
Last year it was 0.0988.
Okay.
So it's in the 10,000s decimal place where it's a little bit different. But that's actually not a bad thing. It's indicative of taxable value growth of the tax base of the county, which is why the millage has to be proportionately reduced very slightly to conform with the requirements of the Hadley Amendment.
Very good. Any discussion on this item, Mr. Scott? Okay, it's been moved. Been supported by Mr. Turfy. Any discussion again on this item, on the resolution? Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
Motion carries.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Scott, for being here.
Sure thing. And I'd like to ask if the chair and secretary would both please execute the tax
I'm gonna
rate
go
form
and-
so that we have
got you.
everything all completely checked off and
Yes.
ready to go.
She's gonna do that right now.
good.
Thank you.
We're moving back up to item number D1, update on zoo operations by Robert Shoemaker, Vice President of Finance and Chief Financial Officer, and Dr. Amanda Hanlon, Chief of Staff.
All right. Okay, bye. Good morning, how are you? Good. Recuperated from Sunset?
Little by little.
A little bit.
It takes an entire year to put Sunset on. We're going to start planning next year's event in the next handful of weeks here. So it's really a culmination of a year's work. So yeah, we are recovering.
It's a wonderful, wonderful event. Well, thank you so much for being here. You're going to give us a little update on the zoo operations. So I will turn it over to you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. So the deck that you have here is a recap of 2024, which was a good year for the zoo. Coming back out of pandemic, we finished the year with just north of 1.2 million in total attendance. It's our 3rd straight year at 1.2 million. It's down a little bit from where we were at pre-pandemic, where we were in the 1.3 to 1.4 range. But we found our new normal since pandemic, which is really great. We have more than 42,000 member households. We used to be at 50,000 pre-pandemic, so we are trying to bounce back in that way. More than 168 million in economic impact. We did an economic impact study in 2023. It's a huge number for us. Excuse me. We are the largest single paid attraction in the state of Michigan, which we're really proud of. And we have guests from every county and every state in the United States. So all
Alaska and Hawaii.
yes, visitors multiple from both places. So
Awesome.
wonderful. Pass it to Amanda here. Take us through some of our mission items.
Sure. So of course, we want to talk about our animals. As you know, the zoo has over 2,000 animals representing 258 resident species. If you were to visit the zoo today, you might see some of our newer residents out and about. Earlier this year, we welcomed a new lion, Kalu, who is just an absolutely stunning lion. He's been getting along very well with his female counterparts in the habitat. We also, at the end of last summer, welcomed the first baby gorilla ever born in our nearly 100-year history. So Motema has been out and about. She's kind of gaining her independence. I think last weekend was the first time I actually saw her wander away from her mom, for a significant period of time. But she's just been a joy to watch and see her grow. We also have welcomed a third polar bear to the Arctic Ring of Life. So Haley, which is not named after our CEO, Haley Murphy, totally coincidental, joined us just a couple of months ago and has just been thriving. So we've been very excited to be able to expand our zoo family. Hope that you can all come out and see them soon.
Thank you.
Sure. Our education offerings. So in 2024, we saw over 153,000 educational program participants across all of our programs. Specifically, these included our district partnerships throughout Wayne County. We partner with a number of different school programs throughout the county. We provide weekly after school programming with the Boys and Girls Club of Southeastern Michigan and also at Highland Park. And then we've been providing through Great Start Wayne some scholarships for our zoo, our safari camps and our early learning programs at the zoo. We, of course, also this year again hosted Tri-County Green Schools, which is the celebration of all the Green Schools initiatives in Wayne, Oakland, and Macomb counties. Those students come to the zoo for a day to celebrate all their work and their program throughout the year. It's about 1,200 kids, K through 12. Pretty wild, but a lot of fun. They just absolutely love it, and we're grateful to be able to kind of help them recognize all their effort throughout the year.
It's an awesome event.
It's really fun. Of course, Belle Isle Nature Center. I'm very proud to have welcomed over 100,000 visitors to the Bink last year, 7,000 of which were toddlers and caregivers through the Zoo Tots program, and then we had more than 2,000 participants in special events. Can't say enough about what an incredible job that team does with the programming there. They're doing a lot of really innovative things, astronomy nights and nature hikes, and just things that appeal to a really broad audience. And just as a reminder too, all the programming at the Bink is provided for free. There's no admission to go to the Bink. There's no cost for the summer camp. And there's no cost for the educational programming that we do there as well. Seniors. So this, the end of last year and beginning of this year has really seen a huge uptick for us in our engagement with seniors. We have been really excited to welcome some specific senior trips from different residential senior centers throughout the Tri-County area. Of course, we still provide our two free senior days. We just had one at the end of May, and then we have one coming up in September. Any Tri-County senior who's over 62 years old can enjoy a day at the zoo at no cost. They can also bring a caregiver of any age. We've got all kinds of programming that day. Music and crafts, and bingo is really the big hit. Usually we do tram tours, but it's a wonderful day. At the day that we had at the end of May, we had about 3,000 seniors join us for that. So we're excited. We also are continuing to build partnerships with the county specifically in being able to reach some of the senior programs that are specific to Wayne County. On June 14th, we did participate in the Wayne County Senior Fun Fest, which was awesome. I think there were like over 3,500 seniors there. And we had a team that was there, for the day to provide information and some swag, and it was great. Community-wise, we are continuing to do Dream Night. That is our night where we reserve the zoo for families who have children with terminal and chronic illnesses. It's a pre-registration event. We do that so that we can keep the number at a level where we can provide the highest possible level of service. We know that the families and children there are going to have a lot of additional needs, and we also want to keep it very calm, very slow paced. We don't want people to need to wait in line for things. We do cap that at 1,000 people, This year, we had 1,000 people and we had a wait list of 650. So the demand for the program is causing us to kind of really think through, can we expand this? Are there other ways that we can get this out there to accommodate more people?
It was really an incredible event.
Mhm.
It was very well attended.
And then we also are continuing to do nocturnal adventures. This is our program partnership with shelters that are housing individuals who are experiencing or leaving domestic abuse or human trafficking situations. So within Wayne County, we work with COTS, MAC Development, and First Step. That evening is also a very private evening. We only allow those partners, the residents and the staff into the zoo for that program. So it's a very safe, calm environment. And we do a lot of additional programming when people come in for that day. It's been really, really well received.
Is that after hours? Are all of these after 5?
It is. It's after 5, and we do that so that it does maintain its privacy. And, it allows us then to be able to tell the people coming in that they are the only ones there.
Mhm.
And I think that helps them to feel like
No, that's important.
they're
That-
really
that-
safe.
Absolutely.
And then I just mentioned too, some of the community partnerships that we have here in Wayne County. We continue to partner with Access, American Indian Health and Human Services, Wild Ones of Wayne County, Forgotten Harvest, Friends of Rouge Park, and many more. And these partnerships can be for specific educational engagements that involve a curriculum. Sometimes it just involves facilitating trips to the zoo.
Mhm.
We might sponsor events, do tabling. So there's a broad range of things that we do within those partnerships as well. Sustainability, of course, our sustainability mission is still incredibly important to us. We do our community electronics recycling program every year. This year, we collected over 85 tons and filled over 9 semis with what we were able to collect. This was 3 times as much as we collected in the previous year. So we were very excited about that. We also had our annual Green Fest celebration back in April. We always try to coincide that with Earth Day. Nearly 8,000 guests participated in that event. Very exciting. And then we continue to work with the Adopt a Stream program with the Clinton River Watershed Council as well. Accessibility. We have done a great deal to improve our accessibility features on campus over a long period of time. We still do the sensory friendly hours where we create an experience at the zoo that is a little bit more slowed down. We might dial down the sound on some of the exhibits and features. We also offer, we participate in a program called Culture City, where we can offer each guest who needs it a bag that has different items in it, like noise canceling headphones, tactile items, fidget items, things that just might make their experience a little bit more relaxing. This year, a major addition for us was also Roboca. That's the app that's pictured up there on the screen. It is an app that is free to anyone who enters the zoo to download. It provides a lot of opportunities for different types of visual enhancement. It's fascinating. I actually went around the zoo when we launched it and was using it. Depending on the type of visual impairment you have, it offers all different means of being able to increase text or increase or decrease contrast. If you experience color blindness, you can adjust the color as you're looking at things. So it's really been an incredible addition, and we've received a lot of positive feedback about it too.
And that's a free app that you can download now.
Yep. And then at the end of last year, when we last saw you, we talked a lot about Discovery Trails, our new 7.5 acre immersive experience. And we're very excited that since that time, it's finally gone vertical. So all of the underground infrastructure and a lot of the kind of dirt moving that needed to happen was completed toward the end of last year. And now when you're on grounds, you can actually see buildings going up. One of the most exciting things is the treetop crossing. So if you see on the image, there's kind of a little in the center, there's a wood structure. That's that elevated kind of canopy trail where we have the wood paths and kind of treetop. I kind of think of them almost as little forts that you can hang out in. So that's actually started to go up and is visible from grounds. We are starting little by little to welcome some of the animals that will be residents of Discovery Trails. So Discovery Trails will have 10 animal species altogether. In particular, we've met our baby goats that are going to be joining us
They're so
in the
cute.
goat yard, and they're incredible. So we're very excited. And with that, we're happy to take any questions you may have.
Thank you so much for your presentation. The zoo is much more than a zoo based on all the great information you just shared with us. With Discovery Trails, what's the anticipated completion date?
We are looking at spring to summer 2026, but of course, construction being construction, keeping all of our fingers crossed, that we're able to meet that timing.
Cautiously optimistic.
Yes.
Okay, spring next year. Very good. And you didn't mention, but there are so many nonprofit organizations that have different walks. Almost
Yes.
every weekend, there's a walk for a great cause. So we thank you for opening the doors for those organizations to raise money for their various causes. That's always important that you're being a good community partner. So we appreciate that.
It's our pleasure. I think the number this year is 17 walks, which when you condense that into the season,
Mhm.
it's a lot of activity. And at its height, I think our biggest walk is about 4,000 people. So
Very good. Were you able to collect the receipts from Sunset? That's one of the biggest fundraisers. Do you know where you were profit-wise for this year?
Yeah, we were able to generate about $500,000 from that one night. That's our goal, and we hit that number,
Good.
and we're just grateful for the 1,600 folks who came out for that event and participated.
Yeah,
I believe our auction proceeds broke our previous record.
Yeah, the silent auction did over $90,000,
Oh, wow.
which beat our previous record of $70,000.
Wow. Better late than never. I got there about 9 o'clock, but but I was there.
Going.
And it was a wonderful, wonderful event. No, I'm excited to hear about the numbers. And for the first time, I saw commercials on TV. And that was a first. We'd never advertised on the TV for Sunset at the Zoo. So I was excited to see that as we get more advertisement and get more people engaged and coming out. So that was great to see those television commercials. Very good.
Thank you.
Any questions from members? Mario?
Madam Chair, I just want to echo your comments as it relates to the sunset at the zoo. It was amazing. The weather was, it held out for us this year. It was a little hot, but the 2 previous years it rained.
Little rainy,
And it didn't
yeah.
stop people.
No,
People still
no.
had fun.
Mhm.
You guys did an awesome job. And I attended, of course, the whole thing, but the auction was a lot different this year, and I could see the guy who does the auction, the auctioneer, is like has to be one of the top in the country.
He's amazing.
I mean, he just draws people in and encourages folks to spend money, which is about
Which is
10,
cool.
10 times the amount of what something's worth.
Absolutely.
So,
That's why we love-
That's
would you mind just talking about Discovery Trail a little bit? I know there was a glitch, but not on our side with with one of the companies having some issues. And I looked at how putting it together, and Lincoln Log
Yeah.
would know,
No,
with
no
nothing. So
directions,
would you
no
mind, because
instructions.
there are members here who might not know this, what you had to go through and why there might be a little delay with pushing this forward?
Yeah, so most projects that we do are truly one-of-a-kind projects. There's not a single animal habitat that looks like another animal habitat, and there's not a single thing we build that is off the shelf, right? During the course of this project, we had to find a new vendor to come in and construct part of that, the tree trail and the tree crossing area. And they're doing a great job with it. They've actually viewed it as a fun project to come in and build this one-of-a-kind thing. So fortunately, we were able to mobilize quickly and find somebody to take that work on for us.
Yeah.
No shortage of surprises in a project of that
Yes.
scale.
Amazing. And final question, I've had a lot of questions about folks who want to have like wedding receptions or events at the zoo, but they want to use the inside facilities. Is there something that's on the website or that talks about rental of facilities and things like that?
There is, but we'd also be happy to send some specific information and the contact for our events team. We do over 200 paid events a year, which are, weddings, conferences, everything you can imagine. And the team is so talented in adapting to the needs of, every group. So we'd love to make that connection and get you some more information.
All right, great. I'll have them contact you,
Yeah.
Amanda. Okay, thank you very much.
Of course.
Thank you. Any additional questions for our zoo team? All right. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for the
Thank you so
report.
much.
Keep up the great work. We look forward to having another amazing presentation next year. And at that time, Discovery Trails will, will be open and we can have a grand opening. I know we can have a field trip. So thank you all so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much. That wasn't, should we receive and file? It just says update.
No, wait, there's no motion. We need a
Okay,
motion.
there's no action on that item. Thank you again. Next item?
Item 2, election of officers for the chairperson, vice chairperson, and
Did we
secretary.
just do this? So we may have to amend our bylaws. It seems like every time we meet, we're doing elections. Is there a motion?
Move that, Tisha Bell, Ari Morrow, serve as chair and vice chair.
All right, any takers for secretary?
Commissioner Mareki, you're the secretary. Yes.
My motion to elect.
You
Okay.
have a second?
Okay, it's been moved, supported by Mr. Turfy. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Any opposed? Okay, congratulations, everyone, again. Okay. I know, so much work. At this time, we will have our audit presentation by Alan C. Young and Associates.
Good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
Very well, thank you. And I'm always stuck with the boring presentation after the beautiful one.
After the beautiful, no, yours is just as beautiful, just lots of words and numbers. Thank you. Uh, Thank you.
Yeah, please, thank you.
Okay, name and title for the record, please. Should be a green button at the bottom. Is it the green button showing? Oh, yeah.
Good morning, dear board. My name is Jan Kutsenkov. I'm a senior audit manager at Allen Young and Associates.
Thank you.
Um, I'm gonna start with the most boring part, some disclosures and required communications. In our audit report, we state the responsibilities of both the management and the auditors.
Mhm.
The financial statements are responsibility of the management, and our responsibility is to issue an opinion that the financial statements are free of material misstatement. And as such, we issued a unmodified opinion, which is the highest level of opinion, basically a clean opinion. We conducted our audit under the generally accepted auditing standard. And the objective of an audit is to provide a reasonable assurance, but not absolute assurance that the financial statements are free of material misstatement. We have accomplished the scope set forth in our engagement letter. We have received full cooperation from management. The major accounting policies are in footnote 2, and there is additional footnotes for the detailed footnotes for the remaining areas. The significant audit policies are neutral and consistently applied over the years. We have had no disagreements with the management, and to the best of our knowledge, management has not contacted any other CPA firm about auditing or accounting matters. With that out of the way, I will move over to the numbers. As you've already seen this many years, your balance sheet is basically blank. That's due to the nature of how the funds are moved through the authority. All the tax money they received, net of any internal expenditures, are transferred over to the Detroit Zoo. As such, there is no liability, assets, or fund balance. On the next page is the statement of activity. That will be page 8. Here we finally have some numbers. The property taxes for the year were approximately $4.9 million. That's about $100,000 increase over the previous year. And except for the professional fees, everything else, again, approximately $4.9 million was transferred to the Detroit Zoo, which as a result led to no increase or change in your net position, which was 0 in the beginning and remained 0 at the end. At this point, I have completed the presentation of the financial statements, but I would be open to take any questions if you have some.
Thank you. It's always good, as Scott reported to the commission, property taxes are increasing, so our revenues are increasing. So, which is good for the zoo because that's more money going to the
Correct.
zoo as well.
Correct.
So, any questions on the audit report? And as you all know, we pretty much are pass through from the taxes that we collect, and we pass over the portion of amount to the zoo based on the millage. Any questions, discussion on the audit report? Okay, is there a motion to approve the audit? Is there support?
Support.
Moved and supported to accept the audit report prepared by Alan C. Young and Associates. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? All right, thank you
Thank you
so
for the
much.
opportunity.
Thank you
And
so
if you
much.
have any questions further on page 9 of our presentation, you can contact the partner and the principal on the engagement.
Okay, thank you so much for
Thank
coming.
you.
Appreciate you. 15 a year. All right, okay, thank you so much. Next item, number 4.
Item number 4, approval of the contract with Allen C. Young and Associates to prepare the audits for calendar years 2025 and 2026.
Okay, the contract was in your package. Again, is for the 2025, 2026 audit. Alan Young was selected to do those next 2 years. Is there any discussion on that item?
Madam Chair,
Yes.
so Alan Young, as I recall, when I first came on the
Mhm.
board, there was another auditor, Terrell something or
Yes,
another.
Gregory Terrell.
So how many years has Alan Young and Associates been doing audit?
We try to keep it without
It's
aiding
3.
ourselves. About 5 years each.
Okay.
And this would probably take them to their 5 years with Alan C. Young.
Isn't there something written that, is it 3 years or 5?
Like
that
8.
Is 8?
Yeah.
All right, thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. We try not to have one. Felicia saying no. Felicia? You shouldn't shake your head, Felicia.
I recall something.
Yeah, you're correct. There is a time frame that most organizations should have with the same auditor. 8 sticks in my mind.
Through the chair to this honorable body, I'm not aware of anything in statute specific to the zoo authority with regards to the limit of the audit. I mean, I know, for example, the county charter has provisions, but that's related to the county charter. The zoo authority is a separate legal entity, so that provision would not be applicable, though there may be industry standards with regards to how long you maintain and keep an auditor to suggest when you turn over.
Okay.
But I'm not aware of any actual
With industry standards.
Okay,
Yeah, of kind of switching up every so many years.
thank you.
Can you turn your mic on?
Yes, my question is, so the county charter is at 8 years?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what the 8. I knew it was 8. It was in my mind from somewhere. So yeah, and again, we're not held to that. However, we try to stay within those industry standards. Okay. All right.
Move approval.
Okay. Been moved and supported to engage in a contract with Allen C. Young and Associates for audits for calendar year 25 and 26. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Any opposed? Okay, ayes have it. Item number 6.
Approval of the County Zoological Authority proposed budget for fiscal year 2026.
Okay, in your packet, you have the budget, the last page. And the only thing that we really have as an expense is the audit, 8,000 each year for 25 and 26. We have no other expenses or revenue for the Zoological Authority. Is there a motion? Moved by Commissioner Marecki, there's support?
Support.
Any discussion? Discussion. Hearing none, the budget for the 25 year is approved. I'm sorry. What did we say?
126.
Did we say
126.
2026? All in favor, say aye. Thank you. Ayes have it, and that's for the 26 budget. Anything else on the budget? Any concerns, questions about the budget? Again, it's pretty cut and dry. Our only expense is that of the audit. Okay, next item.
Item E, such other matters as may be properly submitted.
Any
before the
such other
authority.
matters for this board? Any such other matters? Any such other matters? Hearing none, next item.
Item F, public comments.
Public comments. Anyone from the public like to address the Wayne County Zoological Authority? Anyone from the public? Anyone on Zoom?
Chair, there's no one on Zoom and no emails have been received.
Thank you. Once again, anyone for public comments in the building? Hearing none, next item.
Item G, adjournment.
All right. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. They one of your best boards.